The atmosphere on The View that morning was already charged before Chris Pratt even took his seat. He had been invited to promote his upcoming film, but producers also knew his outspoken faith and opinions often drew heat in interviews. Sunny. Hostin, known for her sharp and confrontational style, seemed ready to press him. From the moment Pratt walked on stage, he looked cautious, almost bracing himself. At first, the conversation stayed light. Whoopi Goldberg welcomed him warmly. Joy Behar cracked jokes about his action roles, and Pratt laughed along, his usual charm on display. But soon, Sunny pivoted. Instead of sticking to the film, she brought up his faith and the criticism that his religious community had faced about inclusivity. The room tightened. Pratt shifted in his chair and responded calmly, speaking about love, tolerance, and humility. But Sunny wasn't satisfied. She pushed harder. Don't you think your words sometimes come across as dismissive to people who don't share your faith? Doesn't that make you out of touch with real struggles? The studio fell silent. Pratt leaned forward, his voice firmer now. He insisted he never meant to exclude anyone, that his values centered on kindness. The audience clapped politely, but Sunny pressed again, suggesting Hollywood had coddled him and that he was using celebrity as a shield. Pratt's demeanor changed. The smile dropped. I came here to talk about my movie, not to be put on trial. For my faith, he said sharply. You want to make this personal, but I won't let you twist who I am into some headline. Gasps echoed. Joy Behar looked stunned. Sunny tried to interject, but Pratt raised his hand, refusing to be steamrolled. The tension was undeniable. Cameras captured every flicker of emotion. Pratt leaned back, shook his head, and with a half-laugh of disbelief said, You know what? I'm done with this show. Chaos erupted. Pratt stood, tearing off his mic. Audience members clapped and cheered while others looked shocked. Producers scrambled, unsure whether to cut to commercial. Sunny shouted that he was dodging accountability, but her voice was drowned out by the noise. Pratt gave the panel one last look before walking off stage. Within minutes, clips of the confrontation went viral. Fans praised him for standing his ground, calling out what they saw as a setup designed to spark controversy. Critics accused him of fragility and of refusing tough questions. Hashtags like Chris Pratt walks off and The View meltdown trended worldwide. Sunny, visibly flustered, doubled down after the break. She told viewers that celebrities with strong values should expect scrutiny and that Pratt had chosen to run instead of respond. Even her co-hosts were uneasy. Joy muttered the interview went sideways fast, and Whoopi looked drained. Behind the scenes, producers argued over whether Sunny had crossed a line, some fearing backlash could damage the show. Later that day, Pratt's team released a short statement. They said he respected differing views, but felt ambushed during what was supposed to be a promotional appearance. Supporters cheered the statement. Detractors called it spin. Either way, the story had already snowballed. Entertainment outlets replayed the walkout on loop, labeling it a Hollywood showdown and even a cultural flashpoint. Ironically, the controversy brought more attention to Pratt's movie than the interview ever would have. Both sides felt the sting. Sunny faced heavy online criticism for hostility and gotcha tactics. Pratt, though praised by many, found himself once again the center of debates over religion and celebrity responsibility. His words, "I'm done with this show," echoed far beyond the studio. The days that followed only deepened the frenzy. Cable networks dissected every expression and pause. Conservative commentators framed Pratt as a symbol of resilience against media hostility, while progressive outlets questioned if the walkout had been staged for attention. Late-night hosts joked endlessly, from Seth Meyers to Colbert, turning the incident into comedy fodder. Social media became a battlefield. Team Pratt trended alongside Team Sunny. Fans of Pratt shared stories of feeling misrepresented because of their faith. Sunny's supporters argued she was doing her job, holding powerful people accountable. Memes flew across Twitter and TikTok. Pratt walking off edited to theme songs, Hostin portrayed as overly aggressive. Both leaned into the virality. Pratt retweeted supportive messages. Sunny defended her approach in interviews, saying public figures must answer for their influence. Critics accused her of chasing a headline. Even some longtime viewers of The View admitted the exchange felt like an ambush rather than a conversation. Hollywood split in response. Some actors publicly backed Pratt. Others quietly suggested he overreacted. On red carpets, reporters peppered stars with questions about it, turning movie promotions into debates about media fairness. Insiders whispered that Pratt might avoid daytime talk shows altogether, wary of another spectacle. Yet some celebrities privately applauded him, admitting they too had felt cornered on air. Inside The View, producers clashed. Ratings had spiked, and online buzz was undeniable. But Whoopi reportedly warned co-hosts against ambushing guests, saying it could damage the program permanently. Executives couldn't ignore, though, that the episode had become one of the most talked about in the show's history. The struggle between principle and profit mirrored the argument that played out live. Pratt's circle debated strategy. Advisors urged him to refocus on his movie. Friends said he was exhausted by being framed as divisive whenever faith came up. Privately, he vented about the constant attacks. Sunny, meanwhile, told outlets she respected Pratt, but insisted celebrities had to answer for their words. Critics still called it a trap, and even loyal viewers felt uncomfortable. In Hollywood, the debate lingered. Some said Pratt's refusal to back down strengthened his brand. Others believed the shadow of the clash could follow him for years. Regardless of where people stood, one thing was clear: the moment had transcended daytime television. What began as a tense exchange turned into a viral flashpoint, symbolic of larger cultural battles. Millions replayed the clip, millions debated it, and Chris Pratt's declaration, "I'm done with this show," became a line that defined more than just an interview.